Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give my honest thoughts on how that project is being ran. So if you enjoy crowdfunding content, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. I'm trying to reach 40,000 subscribers before I turn 40 next year. But today, I am average excitedness to be checking out The Depth of Abyss. It's got 23 days left. It's on Gamefound. It's a smaller project. It looks to be, at least, on Gamefound, which I always feel like is a really dicey thing to do. I personally never do it unless I had some sort of it factor to it. So I'm curious to see what they do, if they do have an it factor, or if they're just trying to buck the trend. But 1.9 thousand people were signed up for this. They liked it at the beginning. 33 people have converted so far, which means, man, that feels like a really high price point. Because at $100, that would be $3,300. So that means people are spending $400? That's a lot of people. Oh, wow, okay. I love doing math. In Abyss, you face a universe ruled by a mind-controlling force. Lead your race to freedom or risk eternal enslavement. Howdy, Huckleberry. Strategy and courage are key to changing the fate of the galaxy. 2 to 4 players, 60 minutes. Okay, looks pretty standard. Doesn't really tell me anything at all. Mechanism-wise, yeah, strategy. So yeah, so far, not impressed at all. And if you're like, oh, but they got this thing down here, I go, oh, it's a cooperative civ, economic, competitive deck building. It has game components. That's a good one. Yeah, this is so useless. At least here it is. Maybe in the back end it's better, but right now, not helpful. As always with the video, I'm thinking 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? The player length, the time count, the age, the mechanisms, the price. A lot with this one. You really did not tell me much of anything at the front. It was pretty poor. Let's go.
On flawless desert, where time and space lose their meaning, Abyss, the god of manipulation, rules the world. His tricks caused never-ending wars. Masters of shadow and seekers of light, once inseparable, have been divided by visions of false betrayal. The Gromthars, full of strength and pride, were deceived into fighting against the shadows.
Okay, so we are 20% into this video. It has been nothing but theme, nothing interesting, nothing new, nothing exciting at all. And that's not me trying to insult it. I'm just saying there's over 1,000 games that come out a year, and your theme doesn't seem that original or unique or special or different or interesting or worth
on
20% of your video with you showing next to no components. I guess you're showing
full of strength,
like that's a
and
mini,
pride,
maybe?
were
I don't
deceived
know.
into fighting against the shadows.
Just get to it.
The people of Tsunami, eternal guardians of freedom, witnessing the fall of the world, took up the fight against the Abyss itself. Under Nimbus's same time, other groups, like the Cosmic Bandits, Elion, and the mysterious Sentinels.
So you're telling me it's asymmetric factions that are all different. They're all have their own different characters, different minis, different cards, different this, that, the other thing. It would be great to show me those instead of your fancy 3D rendered sand and backdrop that looks like it was AI generated. I'm not saying that it is a knock. I don't personally care, but it's just, like get to the game already.
In this game,
oh, here we go. Here we go.
Planet. Get ready for a journey into a world where only the strongest survive.
1 minute. Your theme is not worth 30 to 40% of your video. Especially not your theme.
Battlefield is full of resources, powerful machines.
See, now that I actually see components, I'm like, oh, this looks good. What's that thing? That looks interesting. I like these trays. This is nice. This, honestly, that should be the main image. Like, if we're talking about how the main image is really blah, just that one table setup is so much better than, oh, it's a mini, I think that's a mini. That could just be some stylish art. You're not even showcasing a component here. You're showcasing a generic-looking box, absolutely nothing except the countries you ship to. You're not even, like, I care more about what you're shipping than the fact that you can ship it there, and you're not spotlighting that at all.
Battlefield is full of resources, powerful machines, and dangers around every corner. In this game, everyone plays at the same time. Every move has surprises.
There we go, simultaneous play. That's a word that we could, I think if I move this back and forth, it won't kick me out. Gamefound won't do it. So I think if we say simultaneous play, that'd be a word I would totally mention somewhere in the marquee, or I would get rid of some of the stuff that you have there. Just because simultaneous play is exciting. That gets me way more interested in a game because it means there's a lot less downtime. It's nice.
Hello viewers, today we are...
Oh, that's the 14. Man, that's good. I hate the fact that Gamefound just... I wish there was a button right here, Gamefound, that just said, stop the cycling. Just a little thing I could click.
Like the cosmic bandits, every move has surprises. Face the monsters that guard this planet's secrets.
Look good.
It won't be easy, but if you win, you'll unlock new machines and cards to make you stronger.
Minis, of course.
Resources are key to winning. Collect them to grow your faction and build stronger machines that will help you in battle.
See, so now we're talking. Now we're actually talking about the gameplay, and you're showcasing mechanisms, and I'm getting a feel for what I'm going to be doing in a game. The first 1 minute was nothing. It was gobbledygook. Damn it! Stop it, Gamefound.
Exot, Nami, and Hard.
This is the second day that I have had just so much frustration with Gamefound cycling.
Game or make things. Collect them to grow your faction and build stronger machines that will help you in battle. Move fast. Use teleportation to surprise your enemies.
Cool.
Land on a random field and find cards that could change the game.
Awesome.
Or make things harder for you. It's time to face other players. Move to the combat board. Use your combat cards with special abilities. One smart move can make...
I'm going with a full point grade bump down. Just lumping together the main image, the description, and the first 1 minute of the video. Absolute hogwash compared to the meat and potatoes that we have here that we should be showing off. Like, you got a second... like, this is so cool. Like, that's like...
It's time to face other players.
And maybe you didn't want to set it up there because you're worried that people are going to think it's like a miniatures, like a tactical skirmish game or something. I don't know. God, stop it, Gamefound.
Defeat him. And victory is yours. It's time to face other players. Move to the combat board. Use your combat cards with special abilities. One smart move can make all the difference. Abyss, the god of manipulation, is all that stands in your way. His tricks and illusions can twist every move.
This is the theme. This is the theme that you were trying to shove down my throat at the 1 minute mark all the way, and I wasn't ready for it. I didn't want it. I didn't care. And now you're like, oh hey, but yeah, that theme, that guy. I think like this is interweaving. It also makes me really concerned for the rule booklet. Just on a if you're not good at interweaving in a video, I worry about your rule booklet.
And victory is yours. But beware. Nothing is as it seems. Step into the world of Abyss. Choose your faction. Face other players. And challenge the god of manipulation. Abyss is waiting.
Like, even that 3D rendered shot of just like the minis and the trays, anything else looks way better than what we've got on front. Because clearly you're trying to sell a very deluxeified game here. Like, is that actually wood? Because that's super cart in front of the horse if it's wood. But whatever. After the video, do I want it? No, not really. I mean, I still don't know if it plays solo and the play time count, age. Like, I still don't know a lot of valuable information that I'd like to know. I also didn't think the gameplay looked that unique or special. It looked fun. Go around, get the cool minis, get special abilities. This looks like fun. I'm not poo-pooing on it, but it didn't wow me. All right. Quasar Games 2 to 4, 60 minutes, ages 14 plus. That's right. Gamefound even told me that. I should know that. I'm going to guess this is their first project. I'm just shot in the dark in here. Depths of the Abyss. So this is the first one. Let's make sure. Quasar Games Kickstarter. Did they do a Kickstarter before? No. Doesn't look like it. Let's go check it out. Always want to check, make sure the track record looks good. So this is the first one. First one, kicking straight out the door. Super deluxeified, fancy looking game, it looks like. Okay, that's the way now. It used to be back in my day. Kickstarter companies would start off with a nice small card game to wet your whistle before they drop the $120 game on you, at which point you're like, oh my gosh. I was actually talking to my buddy Ronnie about mechs and minions. And I actually want to put some context on this, because people were blown away, if I recall correctly, The Mexican Minions, when it came out, I'm like, oh, it's so expensive. It's just, this is ridiculous. Nobody's going to want this. It's so stupid expensive. But I actually want to see how much that is. Just for my own personal interest. Is it not? What the heck? Oh, it wasn't a Kickstarter. Mexican Minions price originally. Because it was like 120 or something. And if anybody knows that, I think it was like 100, 120 bucks. It was very reasonable. That's because Riot Games made it. They made a huge sprint run. But it just, like, I wonder if they were the ones who started. I don't know. Anyway, what are we getting into? A free exclusive pack. Follow us to get a free pack of combat cards. Okay. Cool. Can I click on it? Does that mean, do you mean follow us as in, what do I have to do here? Do I have to back? Is this something I get with the game? $126. Not really convinced. I mean, I saw a lot of minis, but I wasn't like, eh. Yeah. That also makes me wonder how those numbers are getting the way they are, where 33 backers have $12,000. You're like, oh, hey, somebody's fudging some numbers here. Which, if you look at that, you're like, oh, this is actually doing even worse. What is the Abyss? This is a strategic game where players embark themselves as leaders of... So it actually is doing the Gamefound thing. Because I was like, oh, it looks like it's bucking the trend. It's got $12,000 day one. It's like, oh, 33 backers. Okay, so maybe it's not. That stinks. This is a strategic game where players embody themselves as leaders of powerful factions, gather resources. Anytime you have to tell me something's a strategy game, when it's like, very obviously it's a strategy game, it concerns me. Main board, combat board. How does that combat board go above? The Masters of Shadow standees? Those look really nice. Okay. They look like metal. Oh, those are standees. Okay, fine. Because we're going to get the standee version. We're going to get the miniature version. Masters of Shadows, Secrets of Light. They have 4 cards. Don't look wildly asymmetrical. It might have probably different numbers. Not a lot of text on the cards either. Like, the cards aren't getting me excited at all. Like, the cards are doing, like, oh, +1 gold, +1 die. Like, even, like, this just feels lazy, too. Like, there's no flavor text. It's just like, we reveal it. Cool, I get +1 diamond. That's it. Like, you can't even throw me something? Like, oh, you wanted to spend your first minute, like, oh, pounding your chest about your theme, and what do I get when I go exploring out the desert? What magical, crazy adventure do I get? +1 diamond. Okay, your turn. Like, that's it? Yeah, these cards are not exciting. The graphic design also looks really poor. Like, it doesn't look like good graphic design. This looks like one of those Kickstarter prototypes I get. At least in certain spots. Yeah, it doesn't look great. Like, why is that text so tiny? Probably because there's other cards that have a lot more text. Like, it's just, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look like a $120 game. Which, you know, that's your fault. You made a $120 game. And I know there's a cheaper version that no one's going to buy with the standees. But, 4 to 4. So what is this? So we have the extended edition. And this one, this is the Sentinel exclusive. Expansion for Abyss featuring exclusive Sentinel 3D miniatures, unique cards, and extra resources. Adds depth, strategy, new challenges. Is this the one that adds the board, I'm assuming? So that's the one I want. Which I'm assuming is the 100... I'm assuming it's this one. I'm assuming your main one comes with the expansion. But you didn't... Like, you know, like, your picture's so poor that it doesn't even say, oh, hey, cool. Like, all you have to do is move the Abyss box. Like, hey, you know what? How about we get rid of these pretty little clouds here, shift the box over to the right a little bit, and then put the second box right behind it so I know that I'm getting the second box. Because I'm assuming, oh, because you're not. You're not. Then why are you spotlighting this edition if this is not the edition that has the expansion? Like, that tells me you're not doing any Kickstarter research at all. Like, because that's the one everybody's going to back. That's the one people want. So what the hell is this? This is another expansion. Oh, you're doing that thing where you drop all the expansions right from the jump? So you're putting those all there, but then at the same time, you're featuring this as the pledge. I'm going to guess because the other one has too large of a price point, you're worried people wouldn't be able to swallow. Maybe it's so big that they're not fudging the numbers. Jiminy Christmas. So here's a $63 one. This is the basic version with standees. Even though the standees look different. And then we have the Abyss All In. 25 people for $184. So let's do some math. Let's just round that up to 200. Let's go 25 times 200. That's $5,000 right there. We got okay, yeah. So definite some fudging of the numbers there. putting some money in, probably going to pull it out on the back end. It is what it is. I'm going to call it out, but, you know, whatever. People do it. Stickers to make them pop. So the standees, unique game-themed stickers that let you personalize your components and add a special touch to your game. They allow you to customize everything from your player tokens to card sleeves, dice, and so these are just stickers. That's an interesting first stretch goal that no one wants. Like, I thought they were for gameplay. It's like, no, you can put them on whatever you want. Put it on your card sleeve. Like, will that mess up shuffling? I don't know. Box spot varnish. Okay. Custom sleeves. Okay, it's fine as an add-on. Is this an add-on? So is this one of those ones where it's like, oh, cool, I can purchase things? Is there? Yeah. Box 3 and 4 thickness. Fine. Plus 5 random cards. That's cool. I'd be more excited if your cards didn't suck. Holographic cards. Don't need those. 20 plus art book pages. I didn't know there was an art book, and now I'm disappointed that there is. Posters. Why do I need posters? Like, actually, I do love posters. I low-key think posters are really awesome. But that's like the end of the run stretch goal. That's like, we've done everything else we possibly could. How about we throw in some posters? And I'm like, yeah! Because posters aren't great. I mean, I love board game posters. And yeah, look at this. Jesus, this looks so bad. That looks so cart in front of the horse having all those. Stretch goals all the way to 925,000. Why stop there? Why not 3 million? Wow. So we gave you an A and an A minus earlier this week. I don't think we're getting there. Combat board stand. There it is. There's that thing I wanted. Oh, that card holder. Maybe that's why they're not showcasing it on the front. The golden abyss that you should. Oh, golly. This is so ugly. This is so ugly. All these add-ons. Round counter die. Art book. The book of abyss. Now, here's the thing. These are dirt cheap to print. Dirt cheap. Dirt cheap. That one's just Alibaba or some stuff like that. They're not getting it straight off Alibaba. But, Jesus, $42. Wow. Somebody reverse image search me. Find out how quick you can find that. Because as someone who used to work for a board game factory, that is absolutely highway, like not robbery. That is highway murder. That is murder. Enhance your game experience with the round counter die. The perfect tool for keeping track of scores. Let's see. I'm just curious. Is a round counter die? Let's see. Is this like a common term people use? Round counter die. I don't know. But $40. That thing better be made out of cocaine. I mean, Jesus. The Gold Abyss combat board. The new design. What was wrong with the old design? I don't have your game. Why do I need a new design? Is this just... are you looking for the word alternate design? This is so bad. Board pad? That's not what these are called. Have you looked at a Kickstarter or Gamefound project before? When's the last time you heard anyone say, yeah, we got ourselves a nice 24 by 36 board pad that's going to really help your gameplay? No, it's got a very specific name called Playmat unless you specifically have a name brand named board pad. This is just inexplicable. This feels like someone just saw how much money was... Oh, my God. Just so... Like, and some companies could pull this off. Like, at Awakened Realms, they could launch with just nothing. It could be a box full of crap and be like, we'll tell you more about that crap later. And people throw money at it. You're not that. And this is so ugly. 5 exclusive combat packs? 10? Are you a TCG? Oh, God. What is this page? A $526 mini. Oh, it's crafted by hand from I Don't Care. Yeah. This is bad. Like, do any of the prices feel good? I guess. I don't even know. Let's hit me with that gameplay video and rule booklet. See some very generic previews with no gameplay video. I'm gonna predict this. I'm predicting it right now. Lots of previews, no gameplay. Just that's my spidey sense tingling. Lots of quotes where we read between the lines. They'll be like, "Man, this theme. Every time I play this, it's a new adventure." All right. Fulfill the ancient god. I don't. It's just what? It's just stuff. I guess I can scroll through it fast at least. Find the truth about the origin of the Sentinel people and discover where they derive their own will conquer the abyss and gain awareness. And discover where they just derive their own will conquer. Derive their. So I think there's supposed to be a period there. I don't know. I don't care. Moving on. I just want this to be over. A and A minus. I was like, man, 2 great projects in January? When the hell does that ever happen? And now it's like, here you go, Forrest. Back. You're back to January. You think you missed it because you took off December? Damage 1 card for 1 every round. Stun 1 card that every round. These are the monsters. Face the level. I don't. Like, after seeing all your microtransaction bullcrap, I just stopped caring. Exclusive pack. Oh, look, they have next to no text. Look at that graphic design. You like how that white blends in with the silver? You like how, oh, look how different this card is. It's a 2-1-1. This one's a 1-2-3. Yeah. Now that's what I'm talking about. There's a well, that's just okay. Never mind. That's just flavor text. Never mind. Each pack of stuff like I hate everything about this project. A lot of it. That's it. We're done. We're done. We're done. Was that it? Is that it? Do we not have shipping? During the production of our game, you'll be charged. I did, yeah. So was that video? I'm just curious. Was it AI rendered? I don't care personally. Like, I think this looks bad. Either way. Oh man, where's the thing? Okay, why is this so far down here? How to play? So this is the hour 20-minute one.
The player needs to develop their.
No, this is a 55-second video breaking down mining. Thank you. That, I think I can safely speak for the entire internet. That's exactly what we needed right now. Was a 55-second blurb about how you mine in your game. Perfectly placed, 2/3 of a point grade bump up. Fight me. Maybe say it's 1/3 of a point grade bump up. I think that this is such a great placement about them explaining for 55 seconds about how mining works in their game that it's just too good. Too good. This is just little bite-sized snippets. Just do you have a preview? Like, this is one of those, like, I dog on previews all the time, but I always say one thing: you need at least one. You need at least one person, maybe a shill. I've shilled before. It was like, hey, yeah, here's how this game's played. You say it in an excited manner, even if you don't like the game that much. Yeah, you do this, you do that, you do the other thing. And it's like, you don't even have that. So, rule booklet. Cool. Click on it. Nice. But it's going to be very long. Miniature showcase. I also would like to see the rule booklet for the 3 expansions that you dropped on me out of nowhere and then proceeded to not tell me much of anything at all about. Also, I'd convert this to inches just because the majority of people here are going to be from the United States of America most of the time. 2024, December, we had the idea. Oh, no. 2023, November, the prototype was ready. January, campaign start. Wow. 13 months in the oven for this bad boy. I wouldn't brag about that. That is a kiss of death. Like, for what you're selling me, 3 or 4 boxes of content from a first-time game designer with nothing you're showing me is impressing me. And then you're like, oh yeah, I was thinking about it for 13 months. Like, that's it? It's not good. This just looked like someone was like, yeah, I can make a whole bunch of money on Gamefound, make like $1 million. I think the name is right. Should be Depths of Depravity. Yeah, probably. Have I already looked up the word depravity? moral corruption, wickedness. Maybe. I don't want to assume the worst, but maybe. Man, 1 shipping charge, despite the fact we have 4 pledge levels. 1, 2. I understand, you know, a couple of them are going to cost the same. 1, 2, 3. Why would I just want this? Why would I just want your expansion? Why is this a pledge? Why am I just going to get this expansion? Like, this seems so stupid. Like, now that I go back through this, I'm like, what? Who's getting this? I just wanted that 1 expansion that you didn't really tell me about well. And then I can add on the basic. Why wouldn't I just do it the other way around? I don't even understand. It's so weird. It is $63. It's not bad. $3 over MSRP. It's not terrible. The price isn't terrible if you put it in a vacuum and say, hey, it's got 3 boxes. Okay, so it's 3 boxes, not 4. So 2 expansions. Still, either way, 13 months, 2 expansions. It's not exactly a ringing endorsement. And then all this stuff too. This just looks terrible. Like, you have to realize how bad this looks if you don't, like, every day that goes by that we don't start crushing these, especially the ones that people actually want, which are down here. Like, I want this. Like, this is nice. Okay, those are upgrades. I will take those. But come on. Come on, man. It's bad. All right. I still gotta go to the comments, updates. Yeah, let's just look at the super backer who was honest with them. Read that, and I'll give it a thumb and say that's how I feel as well, because they know what the word depravity means. All right. Hi. You should be more humble and realistic and lower the requirements for your goals. I think it's all very excessive for what you offer. Sorry. You should really consider renaming your game. Abyss is already a well-known... Yeah, that's the other thing! Oh my god! Oh my god! I had to double check too. I was like, wait. Is this like a reprint of Abyss? Who's, you know, a very popular game by one of the most popular game designers of all time. And if you don't know it, and you've been in the hobby long enough, you'll recognize the box immediately. But yeah, it's like, what are you doing? Yeah, I assume it's like a reprint or something. No, it's completely separate from the massively popular Bruno Cathala, by the way, one of the greatest game designers of all time, top 411 board game of all time. You're like, yeah, we got the name. We'll just go Abyss. You couldn't be bothered to even check that? And I don't think this is on Board Game Geek. I think that's how I figured it out. Is it Abyss? Is it? I mean, it's in the links if it is. Either way. Oh, actually, you know what? I think that's why they changed it to the death. I don't know. I think that's why they changed it. I just look. This game looks interesting. If you need some polishing and art improvements, will there be playthrough videos somewhere along the campaign? Yeah, duh. Like one of these things where it's like, you should have known this was going to be wanted, but we currently working on creating a playthrough video. It'll be unlocked. Why did you have to push this out? Like, why did you push it out then? Why would you push it out? It just makes no sense. 0 sense. You look so... Is incompetent the word? Unprepared. Whatever word means unprepared and incompetent mushed together, that's what it feels like this is. The basic pledge includes the stretch goals, right? Yes. It shouldn't be something I have to ask, but yeah, it's kind of... it needs to be known. Yeah, it needs to... Once again, those are one of those things where I tell everyone, I say it, I've said it over and over and over, just do it on the toilet. 5 to 10 different projects that are popular. Tabletop games, not role-playing games, not miniatures games, not print-and-play games. 5 to 10 popular ones, and just write down everything you like and everything you dislike about other people's Kickstarter campaigns, and take those ideas. That's it. That's hard. Make sure one of the ones you're checking out is also from, what's the company? From the Grand Alchemist Guild, the people that did Flamecraft. They do great projects. But anywho, you should link the how to play update somewhere in the project. I was getting really irked going through the project page and seeing nothing about how the game actually plays. Yeah, there's the other thing. I kept getting annoyed because there's like a 12-minute how to play video right at the top, and I totally forgot about it. That's your bread and butter. Like, the fact that your how to play is buried so far down, and then it's not even a how to play. Like, I would be leaning on that 12.5-minute video. Everything is available, the video tab and the rule booklet. By clicking on the banner, you'll be redirected to Google Drive where you can fill in the... I noticed, I wrote that you had some of the how to play under videos. Hadn't thought to scroll that far down. Yeah. It's way more important than all the other, not all the other crap, most of the other crap you put above it. And it's just, and they're like, you can click on the thing. You could click on the thing, right? You can just click on it for us. It's easy. But it's not, because I remember there was a boatload of stuff, if I recall correctly. Yeah. It's like, oh, yeah, you like, just keep going down here. I guess it's not that far. But it's still, it should be higher. Make it flow. This was the fun. This is not fun. This was chunky. I noticed after I wrote down you had some of the how to play under videos. Hadn't thought to scroll that far down. Adding a dedicated rulebook link is perfect. Looking forward to diving into that later. Yeah, glad they put that there. Like that was, and it's, why is it individual pages? Once again. And it looks bad that it says last like it looks bad that you're like last modified October 18th. October, November, December, January, like, let's see what the back of the rule book looks like. That's all I need to see. Oh my golly, 42 pages. Nothing but art and theme. No. Because that could be used for valuable space that help people run your game, but instead you put nothing. I came here wondering if Abyss was having a reprint of a new edition, only to find out there was a completely different game, which meant I started off reviewing your campaign already disappointed before I'd given it a chance. I suspect I won't be the only one. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. I understand how that initial confusion might have been disappointing. We truly appreciate you giving the campaign a chance, so we hope that as you explore more, you'll find an aspect that make it enjoyable. Nope. Get the hell out of there, Forrest. Do not. I've done enough. Just to give you a heads up, there were some recaptcha issues when submitting a pledge. I have to do it via my phone. Well, it's not them. I'm the only one jarred by deeps instead of depth. +1. Nope, my grammar's not good enough. Launches live at collector's figurines. Discover the excitement of our live projects. And like those feel like the kind of thing where I will say, as much as I poo-poo on those, they're a good opportunity for someone who really wants to support you near you, who has a big chunk of change, to be like, yeah, I'll give you an extra $550 for some stupid. End of the day, though, the depth of Abyss from top to bottom, front to back, I don't think there was anything about it that I liked. Like, from the main image to the updates, comments, like, nothing here at all has made me feel comfortable with the three major ones. Do I want it? Not really. Didn't feel like it convinced me very well. I don't want to sift through your 42-minute video. And then this one, I know you're like, oh, it's right there. I spotlighted it. But no, most people are coming for that 2.5-minute sizzle video, which did not sizzle at all. And then they're scrolling down immediately. Right? Like, that's the order. And it's partially because, you know, like, you put stuff like, okay, I'm going to go to this one next and think we're done. And I'll go one more. Like, oh, whatever. Back now. Okay. And it's just, I don't know. Like, I feel like that's what you lead with somewhere here. Plus the free exclusive pack for following you. Oh, that was okay. Okay. Well, that's over now. Oh, no, it's not. So you can still follow us. So you can, I don't know. Do I want it? No, I don't. I wasn't convinced by the gameplay. Nothing really looked that much fun. It doesn't go 1 or 5 players, which would be very appealing to me since I hit 5. You know, I love having that little extra fifth. Cards didn't look particularly fun. The graphic design didn't look great. The asymmetric special abilities didn't really pop. The components didn't really pop. It felt like a lot of cheap microtransaction-y type of crap just littered throughout. The organization of the page was terrible. The rule booklet scares me. The fact that it's 42 pages on top of the fact that you insisted on putting absolutely nothing of any use in any way, shape, or form on the back of your rule booklet. The fact that there's so many little things on this page where if someone with any sort of Kickstarter experience might just be like, maybe try this suggestion or this suggestion or this suggestion or this. There's so many little things where it's just like you say it and like, oh yeah, probably. Like it's just, it doesn't even feel like it got like a second set of eyeballs on it. And then just the cart in front of the horse showing me your stretch goals for $925,000 when you have a $25,000 goal. What are you thinking? Just, do I want it? No. Can you do it? I don't feel comfortable in any way, shape, or form. Here's why. Look at all the things that they are claiming to make. And it doesn't look like this is just going to explode, which means they're going to get to a certain number. Let's say it's 35,000, 50,000. Well, that's fine. You'd be like, all right, cool, that's enough to make a game. But this is a miniatures game. It's not just a miniatures game. It's a miniatures game with 2 additional box of miniatures. In addition to that, there's also a bunch of other stuff that's stretch goals that are miniatures, which implies that you've made molds and stuff and spent, like, I don't even know. I don't want to think. Like, the more I think about the logistics of this project and how much hell this project is potentially going to be if it doesn't crush its funding goal but just slinks over, which it probably will. It's already halfway there. Wink, wink, nod, nod. You just gotta hope that the person behind it has a lot of money. Whoever's footing the bill for this, because it's not us. Like, it doesn't look like it's gonna be us. It looks like somebody else is gonna take care of a decent chunk of this, and that concerns me. I'd read through if you were gonna back this, I would read through that rule booklet with a fine-tooth comb, and I would also want to see the other 2 rule booklets as well. So do I want to know? Can you do it? Don't feel comfortable with that. You're promising a lot. You got so much card in front of the horse, and the stuff you have looks like, yeah, and it's not on Board Game Geek. You didn't even realize that there's another game named Abyss when it's a massively popular board game, and just like a simple Google search would just be like, hey, let's just see Abyss board game. Yes, Abyss. Okay. 15,000, like, it's just so easy to not do that, and you did it. It's like if I come out with a game called Ticket to Ride, people be like, you're a dumbass. Now, Ticket to Ride, you know what? I take that one back. Ticket to Ride is not nearly as popular as Abyss. I would say, like, I don't know. If I came out with a game called, Mage Wars or something like that, yeah, you get what I'm saying. It's just, it feels, then how much is it? It doesn't feel great. It doesn't feel terrible. Well, here's the thing. In a vacuum, the price feels fine. $63 for the MSRP, but granted, it jumps up to $80 with the standy version of the game. But then again, you pay a certain premium for getting games like this on Kickstarter. The miniature one doesn't feel terrible either, but just when you look at everything else, it's like, oh, okay. It's like they looked really attractive when it was dark, but then when I got closer, like, not so much. The final grade for this one is a D-. Maybe an F. No, it's a D-. I just said all the bad stuff. Like, I'm done. It's got, you know what? I think, well, here's the thing. It has a lot of stuff it needs. It has a rule booklet. It has a how to play video. It has graphics showing stuff. Like, it has a lot. So I think D-, but then it's just the point grade bump downs for the showcasing of, D-. I don't need to, D-. It's a D-. Depths of the Vis. Man, that A and A- the last 2 days really got me excited. But now we're back to January Kickstarter Gamefound. Hopefully tomorrow will break the trend, or maybe not. I kind of enjoy when they're not great as well. But if you enjoyed the content, continue enjoying the content, because that's awesome. Have a good one. Bye-bye.